Hello there, it's me, Sari, here again. Today I am going to show you a face mask decorated with the so-called faux or fake metal technique. I have added on some metal decorations and charms. I'm going to talk you through this as I go along. So what I had started off with was die cutting a lot of the shapes from Tim Holtz's different dies. This hinge here comes from a set that's called Hardware Findings, and the keyhole also comes from this one. There's also a key in that set, but I didn't use it on this project because I felt like using a metal key instead. In order to keep the key hanging there, I used something that's called swivel clasps, and I put it here on the tattered clock, or weathered clock I think it's called, weathered clock. And I also put in a sprocket gear here, which I just put through the face mask there with a brad, and that just makes it sort of movable, but also, well, it's doing its thing there. And the thing is, I'm trying to point to the direction of the mouth that perhaps you shouldn't be talking too much. Haha. And moving on to another hinge here and another hinge down here. You see, I've used it 4 times and I just wanted to keep it sort of cohesive or symmetric, and well. So as for the keyhole and the hinges, I have colored them in with something that's called Inca Gold, and it is the gold color I have used for this one. It's a paste that you just put on your finger and rub it in gently, and you don't need much. This jar is going to last me forever, I think, unless it dries up by its own. And so you should keep in mind that you shouldn't leave the lid off for too long, because then it dries up actually. But then you can put a little bit of paint on the table, spray some water, and just go on and paint with the paintbrush, I think. So it's sort of water solvent. And as for the rest of the mask here, I have used the steampunk edge here, and I've also covered that one with the Inca Gold color. And I'm using the steampunk edge here as well. As for the earrings or the ears, I have used some sort of a hanger with a ring to it, and these are basically in a gold color, and I just put some black acrylic paint on it so it would look a little bit more weathered and torn. Here's another swivel clasp, and can you see what I have at the bottom? Woohoo! It's an owl, and there's also, I think it's called a muse token. This one's called Listen, so it's an ear and it's an earring. Hey, listen, perhaps for the owl's hoot. And when it comes down to these hinges here, I have fastened them with some screw brads. I think it's pretty nice. And I have done so even here and here. And then I have used some regular brads up here, just because I wanted them to be smaller. And when it comes to hanging this one on the wall, I actually felt like putting yet another ring hanging mechanism here. So you need pretty long a nail or something sticking out from the wall in order to be able to hang this on the wall. And well, the trick to do things with the fake metal technique is actually just put all the things that you like. I have used a sort of a spiral paperclip here, also here, it doesn't show that much. I have put in some punchinella and some magic mesh. I mean, anything goes. You could put in buttons, screws, or whatever. Here I have used some half pearls, and here also, and then I have covered them in with that Inca Gold color. And as for this, I think it's a it's a weathered clock. I just punched it out in, I think it was grunge paper actually. Then I colored it in with some distress stain colors. I think I used both the spiced marmalade and the rusty hinge and also wild honey. I just wanted this to be really orange and lovely. And then I went on decorating with it with some crackle accents. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's glossy enough anyway, so it gives a nice breaking point there. And when it comes to the decoration down here, falling down from the chin, I have used yet another swivel clasp and a muse token. This one says artful. And I have used a bit of a coin here. It's a decoration only. And then I made this decoration out of the punch or die set heart wings. It's also from Tim Holtz. And well, I did die cut this one several times actually, both the solid heart at the bottom, and I made it two-sided. It will actually have the sort of weight to keep it down there without flipping too much to either side. And then I also die cut this sort of wonderful shape of the heart there, and I colored this red bit in here with several layers of fired brick with this distress stain bottle here. And I did the same thing on the other side, of course. And to this heart here, it shows on the top, I actually run it through one of Tim Holtz's texture fades. I think it was the crack or something, and then I just colored it in with some Inca gold once more. And then I put in a pair of white wings just to keep it, well, you know, wings should be white now, shouldn't they? So I'm thinking that this is pretty much it. You should absolutely try this out. I think it's a wonderful thing. And perhaps I'll continue decorating this with some flowers. I haven't really decided on that yet. You could comment on whether you think or not. And I'll be looking forward to those comments. So please do try this at home. But I must warn you, it's a bit addictive actually. So be patient, give yourself some time and have some fun while you're doing this. It's time for me to sign off. Bye bye.